All right. Yeah, all right. What's up, people? Oh, man. What's up, people? Sochan still sucks. Daryl, I'll be honest with you, man. I think you watch these games with an agenda. I truly do. Actually, you might not watch them at all. Vane says people who hate on Sochan don't watch the whole game. Probably don't watch it at all. Or look, and it's you just don't know ball. That's all I'll say. You just don't know ball. Either you're trolling or you don't know ball. Sochan is coded. Oh, goated. Don't understand the hate. You know, he's a very nuanced player, and people are so hooked on can you shoot like Steph Curry that they can't see the other aspects of basketball that are important. Seems like all the other things are a lost art at this point. 14 assists, kind of crazy, right? Yeah, kind of crazy from Castle. Kind of crazy. Spurs been winning quite a bit. They are 4-2 their last 6 games. 4-2. What you mean Sochan sucks? He had a great game today. It's just people just don't like him, bro. They don't actually know basketball. Doesn't matter what we bring up. Don't worry about that. To be frank, I gotta respect the dedication for someone coming in every night just to hate. It is crazy. It is crazy. How'd you go about this? Let's talk about the game in general. Yeah. Rest Castle, he's too good. I don't think the Spurs should rest. Did he make it to 65 games yet? Chat, did we make it to 65 games? Rookie of the year? Is it set in stone yet? We need him to make that 65. Did we make it to 65? I'm bad at math. Did he make it? Yeah? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I understand now. I understand what you guys are saying. So let's just talk about this game a little bit. So San Antonio Spurs stayed in the fight the entire time. Once again, another game in which the third quarter was a little shaky, right? I don't know what it is about coming out of the half. I don't understand. I do like that they're starting off pretty strong. Second quarter, they finished strong. But most importantly, in these games, you got to finish off the game strong. You got to finish off the half strong. So they did in the second quarter, then they did again in the fourth quarter, right? And we know for a fact now that this is something that Chris Paul has been emphasizing to the guys as well. Like he said the other night, that one thing that he wants to emphasize is how different games are in the last 5 minutes. That is a whole different ball game, and you have to lock in, right? And it seems like the Spurs have been doing a pretty decent job at that. So you definitely see the influence from Chris Paul in that regard. Even if you're dissatisfied with some of the playing on the court or how well he's been doing, at least defensively, you can at least sit back and say, with confidence that he is helping the team. Like, he is helping for the long-term development of our players. You love to see it. You love to see it. So how did I feel about this game in general? I guess we'll just talk about some standouts here. One thing that I really loved, okay, let's start with Keldon. One thing that I loved this game is that Keldon finished very strong. Like very strong. And I'm not just saying on the offensive end. I felt as if defensively Keldon was pretty good as well on that end. So I thought overall nothing negative to say about Keldon this game. Nothing whatsoever. I thought that he finished strong, and that's not something that I guess this is going to be negative. What the heck is that? All right. I know this probably is going to be negative. Not something that I think that he can keep up for like long periods of time, but I will say that he's been finishing pretty strong. In this game, he finished very strong, like really strong. Keldon winning me back, to be honest. Won't go that far, but he was oh, excuse me. He was very impactful at the end of this game. Huge part. Won't say that he's, without him we don't come back, but I will say that he was a big part of it, right? He was a big part of it. So let me get that out the way. There's like no negativity, by the way, about this game. So if you're wanting to hear some criticisms, nothing really, to be real, nothing really. Another positive, Blake Wesley getting minutes. I will never forgive you guys. I don't think it was a lot of people on this channel in particular. I think most of the heat that I got for this was actually on Twitter. I will not I will not forgive everybody that told me that Blake Wesley shouldn't get minutes at all. When people told me, and I'm not kidding here, I remember tweeting this out on myriad occasions, and it was a whole discourse. Okay, it was a whole discourse amongst Spurs Twitter in which saying Blake Wesley should not get minutes. He's not good enough. It was insane. It was insane. Just because the coach, I think people jump the gun way too often. Like they see the coach isn't doing something, so therefore it's right. You know, and I don't think that's always the case, right? I do trust the San Antonio Spurs as a franchise, like significantly. I think that we're a really good franchise. I do trust them most of the time. But something like this, nah. I'm not convinced that because Mitch Johnson didn't play Blake Wesley, that Blake Wesley's a bad player now. I didn't think that whatsoever. And I think a lot of people jumped the gun with that. It was always there's a reason he's not playing. Like the same thing with Sochan, right? Sochan wasn't getting the minutes that he should. He should have been starting for a while, right? Like he is a starter. You can't have him come off the bench because he's versatile in that regard, but he is a starter. And not having him get starter minutes, we suffered defensively because of it. But there were people saying, well, there's a reason he's not good enough. No, you're jumping the gun here. You're jumping to conclusions. That just because something is happening doesn't mean there's a reason, or at least a good reason for it to happen, right? I think a chunk of it was due to his injuries earlier in the season, but near the end of this thing, the bigger reason why certain players weren't getting minutes was because they were trying to make sure the vets get theirs, right? Like Chris Paul having to start with De'Aaron Fox was ridiculous. But hey, you know, just because there might be a reason, it doesn't mean it's a good reason. And we're kind of seeing that now. Sochan is a starter. He's a very good player. Is he a superstar? No, not expecting him to be. But my God, he is important to the Spurs' future. And if you don't believe that, you don't know basketball. I'm just going to say it that blatant. It might be mean, but I'm just going to be real, okay? And I never called myself like a basketball genius or anything like that, right? There's plenty of people that know basketball way better than me, but I'm sorry, guys. Sochan, I think I can recognize a good player. Sochan does all the important things that you need to see in playoff series, right? The way that he gets his points, the way that he defends, his versatility on who he can guard, where you can put him, what position you can put him in, like all of these things is very important when you get into a playoff series. Very important. And he's going to show out thin, but right now, you know, people aren't going to see how good he actually is unless he's putting up performances like this and he has to go 11 for 17. I really hate that. It's very unfortunate. But yeah, he literally has to go 11 for 17 for people to say, oh yeah, you know, actually he's pretty good. He's been good. Harrison Barnes, he had some really key moments in this game, especially in the fourth quarter. He had a really big three for us at the end of that thing. Devin Vassell, he was good. He was good. Defensively, he was pretty good. I think, I don't know if it was last live stream, guys. Was it a couple live streams ago where I was like, I thought Devin Vassell was a good facilitator. And there was someone in the chat that was like, really? You really think that? It's like, yeah, Devin Vassell's a good facilitator. He's actually a better facilitator than I expected him to be coming to the Spurs. To that draft. Like, I wasn't expecting to be any of that. I thought he was just going to be kind of like a 3-and-D guy and that's it. But no, he's more than that. So he has 7 assists this game. Steph Castle, rookie of the year. Rookie of the year. Rookie of the year. So while shooting wise wasn't the best, 6 for 14 is not good. 0 for 3 from behind the arc isn't good. He did have a really important layup near the end of this game. And then along with those 14 assists, kind of insane. We were absolutely able to lean on him to be the primary point guard, and he did a great job. So you love to see that. 14 assists is kind of crazy. And that's the most assists by any rookie this season, by the way. We just need a backup center. We need a lot of things. We'll get into that in another segment. Sandro, he didn't play that much, but 13 minutes, 1 for 4. You know, we can't expect him to put up 34 points again. Champagny, you know, I still love me some Champagny. And like I said, Keldon and Blake Wesley. I'm glad that Blake Wesley is getting minutes, and Keldon did great. So overall, it was really good, man. It was really good. This game in particular, another thing too, I don't want to just keep harping on this, but they have to put Sochan at the center position, especially in this game when the only other big man that you played was Mamu. And my God, bro, he is very impressive. But with the 76ers, you can kind of afford to do that. You can afford to do that. Okay, we weren't going against the best cream of the crop, if we're being real. So, yeah. The San Antonio Spurs have a record of 7-14 and have averaged 116 points per game without Victor Wembanyama this season. They did good. They've been doing good offensively. I think they're worst defensively, best offensively. So, there's that. But those are my thoughts about the game. I just thought we played hard. We finished halves off well. I'm glad that some of the haters are coming around, but honestly, it's starting to get a little irritating. Like I don't know what to tell you. He's a good player. But it's been nice, man. It's been nice. And I know some people are kind of worried, like, oh my gosh, are we winning too much? But I wouldn't really worry about it, guys. Let's get as many wins as we possibly can. It's fine. When Wemby went down, I made the assumption that the Spurs would be pretty 500 since him going down, and they kind of have been that. Last 6 games have been impressive though. 4-2 over our last 6 games, but they're pretty hot and cold, right? You know, this is the reality of it. We're gonna go 500 till the end of the season. 40 wins still possible. Here, let's look at our schedule. Let's see. They would only be able to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they would only be able to lose 3. So let's see some guaranteed losses on this. Cleveland is a guaranteed loss. Maybe. I don't know. I think it is, though. Boston, a loss. So those are probably 2 losses right there, right off the bat. Orlando's probably a loss, so that's 3. You got Cleveland again, so then that's 4. Maybe. You would really have to... You're going to have a spoiler in here. At least one spoiler. It's possible, but a team like this that, you know, you have to change up who's out there so often. We don't have a true big outside of Biyombo. I don't know if you can. You're gonna have to consistently win games. You're gonna have to go on a streak. I don't think the Spurs go on a crazy streak here. They're just not good enough to go on a crazy streak. So I don't think 40 wins is possible, to be honest. Golden State loss. Did I say Golden State? Yeah. See, yeah, you're gonna have. Shoot, even Denver might be a tough. You're gonna have some. You got Golden State twice, you got Cleveland twice, and you can only lose 3. So I don't think it's possible, to be honest with you. No matter how hard we play, I don't think it's possible. Cats are gonna have a monster game before the season ends. I felt like this was a monster game. 17 points, 14 assists. Like, that's a pretty monster game for a rookie. They finished so maturely. Is that the word I'm looking for? It was so mature. Castle is so mature. Sochan's a year older. He played very maturely down the stretch. Like it was just a very mature win, I thought. Excluding Toronto, I don't see much winning. It's gonna be the Spurs might be able to turn one of these into a win, right? It really depends. Well, let's see. Golden State will more than likely still be fighting for a spot, so it's not like they're going to be sitting, right? They won't sit anybody. So where are they right now? Where are they ranked? Let's look at NBA standings. Dang, what the heck was that? Okay. There's 6. And it's going to be a tight. They're going to be fighting. They don't want to be in that play-in. They're going to be fighting, so they're going to play all their guys. Cavs have a pretty nice, but they're on a 3-game losing streak. But they have a pretty nice gap between them and the Celtics. So is it possible for them to sit some guys? Let's see. Not this game, definitely. Maybe when we get to April. I guess it just depends on what it looks like. If Boston loses a few more, Cleveland might sit some guys for this game. See, when we get to the point where we're banking on teams to just sit players, then yeah, I don't think 40 is not possible, guys. But be happy. This is like way better. We're already way better than we were last season. We got 8 extra wins than last season, and we still have 13 games left. Our schedule is crazy. What's left isn't that bad. If we were a better team, if we had Wemby and everything, I think it's a little easier. When did Wemby go down? Right here, February 20th. Went right after All-Star. Yeah, see, we've been pretty 500 since then. Good stuff, though. Extra happy the 76ers lost. I don't want their pick to go to the Thunder. It's top 7 protected, I think. Oh, dang, you looking at other teams right now. I'm just worried about us. I'm happy we made it to 30. Look, before the season started, most of us, including myself, said the Spurs would win 35 games. After like a week, I changed that, and I was like, yeah, I think the Spurs can make it to 45. Or 44. I think 44 was my goal. But then after everything that went down with Popovich being out, Wemby, you know, it's very obvious that wasn't going to be the case anymore. So, but what everyone thought was 35. So if you ask me if I think Spurs get to 35, undoubtedly they will undoubtedly get to 35 or 35. Sorry, 35 wins, which is really good. That's what most of us expected before the season started. So that's really good. Castle and Sochan starting sucks for our draft, but great for development. It's okay. Dude, we're going to lose a lot more games. Look at this. Look at this. Look what's left, man. Actually. Yeah, where are the Nuggets? Nuggets third. Yeah, Nuggets third in the West. We're going to lose a lot more games. It's not humanly possible for us to win these games. Like these teams would have to either sit players or just massively mess up. No, and that's not me saying we're a trash team or anything. It's just I just don't think it's possible. You know, Orlando might be more possible than I thought, but Denver, Golden State, Boston, Cleveland, like these teams are fighting right now. We're just not gonna. Anyways, it's difficult but not impossible. Have you seen The Godfather Part 2? I have seen The Godfather. Anything is possible, right? But let's be real. All right, chat. All right, chatty tat. I want to show you guys something. We've talked a lot about how good and how bad the San Antonio Spurs are, and guys, we are both. We are really good and really bad. And when you're really good and really bad, it's going to end with 50-50. The Spurs are going to have 50-50 chances of winning these games. We're going to go 500 for the rest of the season. But this graph probably shows it pretty well. So this is an efficiency landscape. I love looking at these. This is from Kirk Goldsberry. And as you can see here, the Spurs, and by the way, let me say this. Spurs have been all over the place on this graph. Like all over the place all season long. Like at one point we were here. I remember us being right here, spank in the middle. I saw us over here at some point. We are all over the place. And it's just because our team has been quite unpredictable. Like we don't know what direction things are going in, and it's not really our fault, right? It's no one's fault, but with the Popovich stroke and with Wemby being out and Fox getting his surgery, which he should have gotten, I'm happy he did. The trades that we made before the deadline, like there's a lot that happened. There's a lot that happened. So if you're wondering where the Spurs have been the last 10 games as of March 21st, as you can see here, well, actually you can't see. If I zoom in, it doesn't really do anything. We're all the way down here. And you're probably like, what the heck? We're all the way down here. Yeah, we're literally the, why is it doing that? We have been the best offensive team and the worst defensive team. Best offensive team, worst defensive team. Now, this actually gives me a lot of hopium, okay? Because by us missing Fox, he played some of those games in his last 10-game stretch, right? But us missing Fox, us missing Wembanyama, us not really having a primary coach right now, because Mitch Johnson, he ain't doing the greatest of jobs, right? A lot of players playing with one another for the first time, right? Like a lot of things. The past 10 games, the fact that we've been the best offensive team in the NBA is very telling to how good this team could possibly be, right? And the defensive stuff, that is not something I'm worried about at all. Like, we have the defenders. Like, even if the Spurs didn't add any more, well, you have to add a backup big. I will say that. You have to add a backup big. Let's say the Spurs didn't add any more, like, great defenders on this team. You have Sochan, you have Steph Castle, you have Vassell, he's not a point of attack defender or anything like that, but he's a good defender. He's a fine defender. You have Wembanyama, one of the greatest defenders of all time. I mean, you have a pretty solid defensive foundation already. So if you go ahead and add Wembanyama back in that mix, then you're looking at a really good defensive team, right? And I don't think that we are slouches offensively when Wemby comes back. Like, that would just be silly. But yeah. What? Clan, activate my OS? My what? What? I don't get it. What? I don't mean to stop the segment, but that's like very distracting. What do I need to activate? Activate my OS. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Anyways, but yeah, so the Spurs being the best offensive team with us having lack of firepower is very telling, very impressive, and not something I will say that I saw coming. Okay, I was not expecting that. But defense, I did expect our defense to be pretty god awful, right? Like, you need a backup big. So if you get yourself a backup big, you bring Wemby back, the Spurs are going to be one of the better teams in the NBA next season. We won't be the best. I don't think we'll be the best, but you add a couple lottery picks in there, and we're rolling, guys. We're rolling. We are a playoff team next season, undoubtedly, because there have been glimpses of excellence, and this is one of those instances, right? This is one of those instances. Not worried at all about our defense, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Offensive firepower is one thing that I kind of worry about, but you know, that'll be fixed in the next season. Yeah, exactly, Courtney. This team is learning how to win without relying on Wemby. Yeah. Wemby brings so much attention. It gets to a point where, yeah, you are just focusing on getting him the ball and, making sure he wins it for you. But yeah, you have to learn how to win without him. One thing that was special about people don't talk about this a lot, but people talk about the big three, like, oh, you had Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony. What actually made those teams special? Obviously, they made them special, but what actually made those teams special is when you sat them, because Pop would do that quite often. We got in trouble for it. It's why the NBA has a rule against it now. But when you sat those players, everyone else would still make it competitive. Like I never turned off a game because I found out that Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony weren't playing. Like, he would sit Manu, Tony, Duncan, and Kawhi, and we would still win those games. And it's because everyone knew how to play the game of basketball correctly. Everyone played with the utmost effort. Like, that's what made those teams special. So it's like, even if a player is out, you can't blink, right? You think about the game against the Houston Rockets. Was it game 6? I think it was game 6 where Kawhi was out and Manu Ginobili. I think it was the Manu Ginobili iconic block. I'm pretty sure that was the iconic block game. Oh no, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. I think we blew them out, right? We blew them out. That might have been another year I'm thinking about. Am I getting my years mixed up, chat? I might be getting my years mixed up here. The one where Kawhi sat, that wasn't the Manu block, was it? That wasn't an iconic block. I don't think that was the Manu block. That was the iconic block game? I don't think it was. Hold on. Spurs versus Rockets. Game 5. I don't know. It had been 2017 because that's when Kawhi got hurt. Or wait, game 6. I don't think that was. Yeah, it was. You're right. It was. It was the block game. I don't think it was the block game because we killed them. The game I'm thinking about. No, it wasn't the block game. Look, this wasn't the block game. We murdered them. This was a game. This is what I'm talking about. This was a game without Kawhi. Yeah, see, Kawhi didn't even play. We still had Aldridge, but Kawhi didn't even play. But because everyone knew how to play, everyone played together and played the right way, you managed to destroy them. And Popovich did a good job of playing to every single team or every single player's strengths as well. Yeah, it was. Kawhi Leonard sat on the blowout game. Yeah, this is what I was thinking about. It wasn't the block. The block might have been a year before this, maybe? I think the block game was a year before this. A year or two before this one. Same year? Wait, we had the iconic block and this game in the same year? Did this happen? Did the block game happen in game 5? What a time to be alive. What a time to be a Spurs fan. I did not realize that was the same series. Are you guys sure? I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, it was. Game-winning block, game 5. We just took their heart out. Okay, we took their heart out in game 5. Kawhi. Oh, wait. Kawhi wasn't in this game, right? Didn't he get hurt at the end of this game? Okay, I think you guys are right. All right. So, man, what a time to be alive. I thought it was a whole... Man. Should the Spurs sign Bobo as pure backup for Wemby? If they want to. You don't really have to. I don't really... You don't have to do that. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, my whole point is this. These games are very important. You gotta learn how to play without your superstar. Very important. That's all I have to say. That was my whole point. That was a long rant for a simple point. You love to see it, though. You love to see it. But yeah, so sum it up. We are the best and the worst team in the NBA at the same time. Yep, at the same time. Bobo don't even like Wemby. I don't know how he feels about Wemby. Okay. All right, just thought that I'd come across. Just thought that I'll show you guys this quote. Thought it was pretty cool. Thought it was pretty neat. Thought it was pretty dope. So this is Mitch Johnson talking about Jeremy Sochan. He said, "I don't know what position he is." So that was the question posed to him. What position? He says he could be shooting guard. He's just a versatile basketball player, and the skill set that he has offensively, defensively, he makes plays off the bounce. I wish he'd be more aggressive to finish. I think he's a better finisher than he gives himself credit sometimes. So it seems as if the San Antonio Spurs, and I guess this is normal for young players, right? But the San Antonio Spurs got somewhat of a confidence. I don't want to go as far as to say issue, because it's not a genuine issue. Like I think Sochan has a lot of confidence, right, in his game. But as far as the areas in which they could really just be elite at, it seems like they do take a back seat sometimes. I don't know. I honestly, when it comes to Sochan, I don't even know what Mitch Johnson means by this. That he could be more aggressive to finish. I just don't know what he means by that. I feel like Sochan has been pretty aggressive. Jeremy is a power forward. Well, obviously, like he's best suited at the power forward position, but you can move him around on occasion. Like obviously you're not going to start a game and have him play 30 minutes at the shooting guard position, but at times if you had to, you could probably move him to shooting guard for a few minutes and be totally fine. Just to take advantage of your matchup a little bit. But yeah, I just don't know what he means by he could be a little bit more aggressive. He said this about Vassell, which I completely agree. Like we all agree that Vassell needs to be more aggressive. Like Vassell kind of has that Derek White thing going on sometimes, where he gets in his own head and he just takes a back seat, and some of those games I feel like he disappears. That's why I think Vassell is a third or fourth scoring option, right? I don't necessarily see the lack of aggression from Sochan, but I'm all for it when a coach says that a player could be more aggressive in a certain area and it would make them better. I just haven't seen it. Can't believe we on a 2-game winning streak. Weird to feel that way, isn't it? It's a weird feeling. MJ is 1,000% big facts. Germ is that guy. MJ. What? What's crazy is that Sochan takes more threes than mid-range jump shots. That is true. Mitch Johnson. Oh, okay. I'm like, what Michael Jordan say? Okay, yeah. Mitch Johnson is completely right here. Let's see what some of the because comments, there are always some dumb ones, especially on the Jeff G Spurs own stuff. Did Mitch really just say shooting? Oh my god. This is who is coaching. I'm not surprised Mitch doesn't know his position. Oh my god. I don't think he was saying it. I don't think he was saying that he'll literally be a shooting guard. I think he was just saying he's that versatile that I can just move him anywhere. He might have also just been a little hyperbolic. Like, it's not that serious. Anyways, I do think that you can move. I do genuinely think this. You can move Sochan to shooting guard position at times. Okay, not for long periods, obviously, but to take advantage, if you got the right matchup, you can probably do it. Oh, goodness. Mitch seriously just says Sochan could be shooting guard. Is this real? The best person we could find to coach the Spurs? He was an assistant head coach. He's an interim head coach, bro. He's a good assistant coach. He's just an interim head coach. It's not a coach they went and found to coach the Spurs. Like, Popovich had a stroke. Alamo on the rise. LOL, Sochan is neither a point guard nor a center. He currently isn't a shooting guard. If Mitch hasn't figured this out by now, he doesn't know anything about player evaluation. Man. Everyone just knows so much. Everyone's just so smart. Come on, Mitch. You knew what Mamu could do, but you didn't want to, or was told to not give him minutes. Dude is a baller and we'll probably wind up... What the heck does this have to do with Mamu? I almost choked on my food reading this. Why does the coach have to make it more difficult than it is? He's a 4. We all know this. Good coaches make ish simple for their players, not more complex. I do kind of agree with that. You can make it a little simpler for your players, but I think you're still figuring out Sochan, right? Like you're still figuring out Wemby as well. Like you could say, oh, it's just simple, make it really simple for him. But I mean, you're kind of figuring out where you want him at, or what situations you can use them. Did everyone just take this one sentence and just roll with that? Like that's kind of crazy that you have all of this chunk and no one's engaging in the full quote here. I see Sochan starting at 4 when we're contenders. Just feels right. Add a 3-and-D small forward. We do need a small forward desperately, y'all. I know what position. He's a 4. Not difficult. Jeremy is not a shooting guard. Yeah, all of these are just engaging in the second sentence. Sochan is dumb and overrated. This is Twitter now, y'all. Anyways, just wanted to say that this quote was pretty cool. And yeah, he does have a lot of versatility. You can use him in lots of different ways. Is he a shooting guard? No, obviously. But you can put him in that position at times. You can put him in small forward at times. You can put him at point guard at times. Just depends. Just depends. Good stuff. Good stuff. They literally taking the phrase out of context. I mean, they're literally just taking like one sentence from it. He could be shooting guard. I think he's more than likely he's being a little hyperbolic here. Like he could be anything. He could be shooting guard. He can be point guard. Who cares? He's a versatile player. And then breaking down how he's versatile and what he can improve on. Like it's not that deep. It's so strange. I was hoping for Ace Bailey, but we keep winning. I don't know what we will draft. Oh man, I haven't looked for a while, guys. Please tell me it's good news when it comes to the Hawks. Why are the Hawks so mid? Well, guys, it looks like they're going in the play-in. Like, I don't see the Hawks just falling off to the degree that they're completely out of the play-in now. Like, literally, the teams that are out of the play-in are the Raptors, and they have 24 wins. Hawks 33. There's like 13 games left. Yeah, there's no way they fall off that hard. Dang it. Yeah, well. But hopefully they lose in the play-in, and then we get a spot. I'll be watching those play-in games, by the way. Hopefully they get a pretty nice draft pick. Atlanta kind of mid. Hawks. They are like the definition of mid. We're more so banking on our draft pick now. It's all right though. It's all right. We're gonna see how this season pans out, and then we'll go through like who the Spurs could get. Who I want us to get, all that good stuff. Whew. All right. Anyways, good quote. Good quote. All right. Do we have some post-game stuff? I'm assuming they talked to Keldon. No, they wouldn't have. Would they have talked to Keldon today? They might not have talked to Keldon today. Who you guys think they talked to? Probably Sochan and Castle, right? Oh, no post game is up right now. Do we want to wait for it? How many segments we do? We could go live tomorrow. My glorious Go Castle. Yeah. We can go live tomorrow and go through the post games. I don't know. How long we been on already? About 50 minutes. Trying not to keep my live streams too long. Yeah, because I don't really want to wait for it. Let's see if there's anything else I missed. Give me a second. Still Still looking. Still looking. Trying to bring up this ESPN story, but it's not coming up. Yeah, I'll ignore it. Got 13 minutes, Mamu did. Haven't seen your cat in a while. She's asleep on the bed right now. Hold on. I didn't even talk about this, guys. Yeah, so Chatter just brought this up. Also, another thing too, the Spurs have been, this game in particular, they rolled high on the amount of energy from Keldon and the team, and you can't really do that on the road, right? You got 3 road games coming up, 3 home games, which at least 2 of these are going to be nearly impossible for us to win, I think. And then you got another road game, which is going to be impossible to win. And then you got Cleveland at home. Like, the ones that you have at home are very difficult games. But I guess if you had like lesser teams on the road, it's good to have those on the road. Anyways, Detroit's pretty good this season though. What's Detroit standings? What's Detroit standing? 6? They're pretty good. Look at this drop off. Oh my gosh, dude. The East is so weird. You have 55% win rate, and it jumps all the way down to 48% win rate from the 6th to 7th seed. What is that? Look at our 6th to 7th. Actually, look at the whole thing. The jump, if you want to jump from, hold on. If you want to jump from 55% to 48 in the West, you have to look at like the 7th spot to the 10th. And in their conference, it's just 6th to 7th. It's like middle of the road playoff game or playoff team. 7-0 incoming. Yikes. Maybe. I don't think so. Clan, how's your March Madness bracket looking? I didn't do a March Madness bracket. I didn't do one, my friend. By the way, I do want to say this. I did go see Mickey 17, and I genuinely liked it. Guys, follow me on Letterboxd. Okay, Clan the Film Fan on Letterboxd. We got 64 followers now. I want to get to 100. And a few things that I've seen recently, to let you know. I saw Another Round. I really loved it. I watched it. I really loved it. 5 out of 5, easy. I watched Nora. I don't get it. Well, I get it, but I don't get it. I don't get the love. I don't get how this is an Oscar movie. It just wasn't. I don't get it. I don't get how this is an Oscar movie. I like the representation for sex workers, but like that's kind of where my love ends right there. Like most of the movie felt like an episode from Barry, which I do love Barry, but I could just watch Barry. You know what I mean? Like that's how I felt watching this movie. It was like, this is entertaining. The acting's good. You know, I thought the last scene was pretty strong, but for the most part, I was just like, this is a Barry episode. Like a long Barry episode, which I could just watch Barry. It's better. It gives me more of an emotional impact as well. It's just overall better. And it's more funny too. It's funnier. Anyways, so I didn't care for Honora that much. I watched the Adolescence miniseries. Oh my God. Please watch it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Please watch it. Oh my God. Please watch it. Guys, watch it. It's on Netflix. Watch it, please. Please watch this, please. Please watch this. Watch Adolescence, please. Easy 5 out of 5. And then Mickey 17, 4 out of 5. I thought it was really entertaining. It brought me back to some of the director's older movies. It was very entertaining. Robert Pattinson is a phenomenal actor. I've been a big fan of his since Good Time. Watch Behind Her Eyes. Behind Her Eyes. I'm currently watching Love Exposure. That's a 4-hour movie, so I got to get back on that. I'll finish. I think I got like an hour and 30 minutes left on that. You got to take a break sometimes. I like it. I like it so far though. I really like it. He said Behind Her Eyes, huh? That sounds like a novel. 2021. Behind Her Eyes. Why do I recognize this actor? This guy. I recognize this. Wait, I recognize her too. A single mother enters a world of twisted mind games when she begins an affair with her psychiatrist boss while secretly befriending his mysterious wife. His mysterious wife, you say? Interesting. Anybody I know watched it? No. I'm not looking at the reviews. I'm just trying to see if anybody... No, nobody I know watched it. Okay. Mind-blowing? It's a good series. Oh, this is a series. Okay. Okay. Mind-blowing, you say. All right. I like mind-blowing. Novocaine was fun, but a lot of the cool scenes were in the trailer. Novocaine to me just... Oh, man, how do I say this? Like, Dennis Quaid, like him, the roles that he's taken, it's like roles where he just get beat up the whole time. He's charming, he's just an everyday guy, and he's getting beat up, right? Like, and it seemed like they just made that into a movie. And I just don't have a... It's not me saying that it's bad. I don't think it's... Jack Quaid, sorry. What did I say? I said Dennis Quaid? I don't know why I said that. Jack Quaid, yeah. Like, a lot of his movies are just that. It's like he just gets beat up all the time. It's like, oh, it's this everyday, likable guy, right? He's a little charming in his nerdy way, but he gets beat up. And they're like, oh, wait. Let's make it into a whole movie. I don't know. It's one of those movies that I just kind of want to wait to watch. After seeing the ending, I keep thinking about it after a week. What, Novocaine? The violence was solid. I mean, I bet it was. I'm just not in the mood to watch him get beat up all movie. Like, I don't want to see him get beat up for 2 hours. You ever watch Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? I haven't watched it yet. Oh, Behind Her Eyes, the ending. Okay. All right. I'll watch it. Any other series that I should watch, guys? Just throw it out there. Like some really great ones. I don't mean none. If you're on the fence and you're like, it was okay, I don't want to see it. Like, it has to be top tier. It's good, bro. Dragon Tattoo? Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. It's on my list to watch. Midnight Mass? I hate Midnight Mass. I don't really know why people like Midnight Mass. The characters were flat. It's very predictable. It's just nothing about it I really like. Look at this. Like, why is this praised so high. I don't get it. I mean, and I gave it a chance. I think I got to episode like 4, and I was just like, I don't like this. It's lame. It's a lame series. Yeah, the characters are just so flat to me. That's crazy. Take Midnight Mass. If you get bored easily, I guess. I don't get bored easily. That's the thing. I don't get bored easily, but for some reason, this just didn't grip me. Like, I got to 4th out. I just didn't care. I think it was the characters that's just flat. All the characters just flat to me. They're just boring. Just boring characters. Everyone talks like this, and everyone talks under their breath. Because they're supposed to be scary and mysterious. Everyone's ominous. Ominous? Ominous, that's the word I'm looking for. Everyone's just so ominous. Stayed at a slow burn the whole time, I agree. But here's the thing. I like slow burns. Like a series that I think, and I'm still finishing it. But a series that I think keeps a slow burn that's still entertaining and has great characters, rich characters, will be Severance. Right? Like, I think this show is one that's a slow burn, right? But I think that it has great characters. It's entertaining. But yeah, like, you can have a slow burn and still be gripping. Nothing about Midnight Mass was gripping to me. It felt like something I've seen before. And I just got bored. I was like, oh, these characters suck. All of them are lame. True Detective Season 1's a classic to me. I never actually watched True Detective. I don't think I've seen it. Watched Lone Star recently. It was a slow burn with interesting characters and a wild ending. All right. Said Lone Star? Who's in that? Sounds familiar. Lone Star. Who's in Lone Star? I can't add it to my watch list because for some reason Letterboxd don't have many series that you can add, which is stupid. Oh, it's a movie. Okay. I thought it was a show. Okay, Lone Star. What year? There's a 1996. I'm assuming you're not talking about the 1952. You're talking about the 1996, right? Yeah, you're talking about the 1996. There's no way you're talking about the other one. Before I add it, this is the one, right? Oh, wait. What actor is that? Oh, Matthew McConaughey's in this movie? All right, cool. All right, I'll add it. Cool. You got to check out True Detective with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. I'll check it. Wait. Dude, I've seen it. There's no way I haven't seen this. Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. That sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen it. Because each season are different actors, right? I've seen this, and for some reason I'm not. I've seen this. I've seen it. I just can't remember how it ended. I've seen it. Yeah, each season is different, correct? Okay, yeah. Each season are different actors. I've seen this. It is good. I just can't remember how it ended. Yeah, I watched this. Yeah, because I remember this. This was really creepy. All that weird stuff. they were going through. Yeah, I recognize this. Center. It says center. Do I skip to season 3 or what? That one's good too. Do I have to skip? Can you skip? So you can skip seasons or? All the seasons got good reviews. Do I need to skip? Well, yeah, nothing beats Breaking Bad. Like, that's like top tier. Like, nothing. That's the greatest show of all time. You can't. I am excited, because isn't he making a Vince Gilligan? Isn't he making a sci-fi show now? Yeah, making a sci-fi series with a potential summer 2020. So this should come out this year. That'd be interesting. Season 3 is your favorite. Okay. So I can go through them without. Is Center on? What is it on? It's on Netflix. Okay, it's on Netflix. The Center. It came out in USA. Hey man, as long as you got compelling characters, I am on board. I probably need to try to give White Lotus another shot. I only watched the first episode and I was like, I'm not digging this that much. But everyone says how good they're on 3 seasons now. Everyone says how good it is, so I don't know. Fallout on Amazon is amazing. I gotta get on that. All right, I'm hopping off. I appreciate all the love, guys. We can go live tomorrow night. Either we'll go live tomorrow night or I'll just record some videos and have those ready. Going live tomorrow night seems like a good idea, though. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Everyone have a good night. Bye.